Hey everyone, welcome to Code Harmony. Today we are going to solve LeetCode Problem 1758. Minimum changes to make alternating binary string. It is an easy question on string, and in this question we are going to have a look on the brute force and how we can optimize it for a better explanation in the interview. So let's start with the problem statement. Here we are given a string S consisting of only characters 0 and 1. In short, we are given a binary string. And in one operation, we can change any 0 to 1 or vice versa. So we are given a binary string and we can pick any digit from that binary strings and flip that. If it is 0, we can make it 1. If it is 1 already, we can make it 0. So that will count as a one operation. So now this is the given part and what we can do as a part of operation. Now this string is called alternating if no two adjacent characters are equal. Okay. So if no two adjacent characters are equal, they will call it alternating string. For example, the string 010 is alternating, and that is not because we have 2 0 together. Now they are expecting us to return the minimum number of operations needed to make as alternating. So this is all about the problem statement, and let me explain it to you again with the help of an example and see how we can solve it. So here, as a part of given, we are given a binary string, and what we have to do is we can apply some operation on this string and need to make it a alternating string. Alternating string means a string which is having no 0 together and no 1 together. It means that definitely it is something like, okay, ignore that. Let's see how many possible alternating strings we can make of size 4. If the size is 4, on the first position, we can either take 0 or 1. We can take 0 or we can take 1. And what are the possibilities left for the second position? See, if 0 is already taken, the second one should definitely be 1. Otherwise, it will not satisfy the condition that no to 0 and no to 1 are together. So it will definitely be 1. If it is 1, next we have only one option, 0. Next should be 1. If it is 1 in the starting, the next is 0, then 1, then 0. So if we have to form alternating binary strings of n length, then we have only two options. A one string which is starting with 0, one string that is starting with 1, and keep on going with the keep on generating the strings. Okay, so we have these two options. We need to apply some operation on the given strings and convert it to any one of these. If we are able to convert it to any one of these, it is fine. And then what we have to return is the minimum number of operations. Minimum number of operations. And what is the operation? Flipping any bit in the first given string. If let's say I'm converting 0 1 0 0 to 0 1 0 1, then first character is same, second character is same, third character is same, fourth character is mismatched. It means I would be requiring one operation to do this conversion. If I want to convert the given string to this 1010, then I need 1 2 3 operations. So the minimum of 1 and 3 is 1. So 1 is something I'm going to return from this for this input. So this is what we have to do. Let me take a bigger example for your better understanding. Let's say this is the string given to us, and we have to convert it to alternating strings and find out what are the minimum number of operations we can achieve any alternating strings. So we just discussed that we have only two possibilities. One is that alternating string is starting with 0. Other possibility is that alternating string is starting with 1. If it is starting with 0, it should be 0 1 0 1 0 1 and 0. If it is starting with 1, 0 1 0 1 0 1. Only these two possibilities we have. So possibility 1 and possibility 2. Now number of operations required. How do we find out the number of operations required? See, this S is already given to us, and this P1, P2. P1, P2 we can generate. We already know that P1 is the string starting with 0, P2 is the string starting with 1. Just keep on appending alternating bits. And in the end, how do I find the number of operations? See, we have these two strings, string 1 and this string 2. So this string S can be compared with the P1 first. If I am comparing string 1 with the P1, I will see how many bits at a particular index is different. So I is going to be from range 0 to n minus 1. For every I, you can compare the character in S at a particular index with character in P1 at a particular index. If they are matching, no operation is required. If they are not matching, one operation is required. So you will count the number of operation by this. So if I just directly try to achieve it, first bit is different. 1, 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. 5 operations are required. If I convert it to the second one, then first character is same, 1, 1, 0, 0, then 1, 0, 1 operation, and then 2 operations are required. So it means that it is good to convert it to P2, that is the string starting with 1. Okay, so in this case you can run a loop and you can compare it in a brute force manner. So you are running a for loop and you are comparing if condition. If they are not matching, then count plus plus. So in the first step you can compare it with P1 and find the count, and the second step you can compare it to P2 and find the count, and whatever count is minimum, that is going to be your answer. So in this case we generated these two strings, order of n, order of n. In total order of n space I am taking, and then order of n plus order of n. 2 traversals are required to compare these values and then get the minimum as the answer. So instead of this, what I can do is, let's do not generate P1 and P2. Directly just assume that we want to convert it to a string something like this. So let me take the same example again. 1 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 1. I am directly assuming it to a string, let's say that is 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0. So in this 0 1 0 1 string, let's say this is P1, you can notice that index, if I mark the indices, index 0, index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here index in this string, index 0, 2, 4, 6 are having 0. Index 1, 3, 4, 5 are having 1. So when you are iterating over the index with a particular range 0 to n minus 1, and that index, if I take a modulus with 2, I can easily figure out whether it is an even index or an odd index. If it is an even index, I will expect 0 at this position in my final string. If it is an odd index, then I will be expecting 1 at this position. So when you try to iterate over this string for I belong to 0 to n minus 1, if this I index modulus 2 is equal to 0, it means that if it is an even index, I am expecting what? Expecting 0 at this position. I am expecting 0 at this position in the final string. But if the current string does not have 0 at this position, it means I need to make one operation, and that one operation will be counted. So in total, if we just do the iteration over the whole given string and see, at the first position is even position and I'm expecting 0, it is already 1, so it means I need to make one operation, because one operation means you can flip that bit, flip that character. If it is 1, then make it 0, 0, then make it 1. So why not just do this, apply this template, iterating and checking if it is even or not. If it is even, I was expecting 0. If it is not 0, then count plus plus. So at the end you will see how many 1 I need to convert it to 0 at even position. But what about the odd positions? Else part means I am at an odd position. If it is an odd position, it means 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. Odd position, I will be expecting 1. But if at odd position I am not having 1, then I need to make it 1. I need to use one operation. At odd position I am expecting 1. If it is not 1, then count plus plus, right? So at the end this count will give you how many operations you need to perform to convert S to P1. Correct? So that is one possibility. That is one possibility of our answer. See, this 5 is the number of operations I did to convert this given string to 0101 form. But there is other possibility as well. That is, the string is starting with 0, starting with 1, 10, 10, 101. See, with the same logic we can apply for this as well. But instead of applying the same logic, we know how many operations we require to convert the given string to 0101 form. But if we are not converting it to 010101 form and we are converting it to 1010101 alternating form, it means the character where we applied the operation, those are actually with the correct value and the other characters are not the actual value. Okay. If you are having any doubt, see, the given string was, in this case I'm opting for red pen, so this was the given string and I converted this string to the 0101 form and I found out that I need 5 operations. It means 5 characters need to be flipped, need to be changed the value to opposite value. If it is 1, they make it 0, 0, 1, make it 1. But this is the case when I'm converting it to 0101 form. But when I'm not converting it to 0101 form, it means the characters who got converted are already the right character, are already at the right place. Correct? Because we have only 2 possibilities, 0 or 1. If a character was initially updated in the second possibility, it will not be updated. The others will be updated. See, 5 characters were the one which were updated. See, 1 was updated to 0, 0 was updated to 1, and then this 1 was updated to 0, this 0 was updated to 1, and this 1 was updated to 0. This is when I converted it to this string. But when I converted it to the second string, only these 2 middle characters were converted. All the other characters are same. So it means the sum of this 5 and this 2 is equal to n. 5 plus 2 is equal to n. So count the number of operation when we are converting it to a string which is starting with 0, plus count the number of operations we require to make it a string starting with 1 is equal to n. So this is something you need to understand. So if you have already calculated count 0 by this iteration, you can easily get count 1 by just doing n minus count 0. Okay, and whatever is the minimum, that is going to be our answer. So let's try to write a final code now. So we have our string 100, what was that, 100, 1101, 1101. First of all, let's say it's totally up to you. if you want to initially convert it to a string starting with 0 or 1. Let's start it with 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1 and 0. Okay, so it means I need to iterate over the string and see if I am at an index that is mapped with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it is even, I'm expecting 0. If it is odd, I'm expecting 1. First step is iterating over all the indices for I belong to 0 to n minus 1. Before that, count was 0 initially. Okay, now we have all the indices and check if this I is even or not. If I modulus 2 is equal to 0, it means it is even, and at even position I am expecting 0. But by some case, if that is not 0, then we need to make one operation, count plus plus. Otherwise, no need to do anything. What is the else part? If the index is odd, it means 1, 3, 5. Then I'm expecting 1. But if unfortunately I am not having 1 at that position, I'm having 0. I'm not having 1 at that position, then again count plus plus. So once the for loop is over, so you are having count when you are converting into a string of alternating string that is starting with 0. And what is the count 1? That is going to be n minus c0. So what you have to return is minimum of c0 and c1, and you will have your answer. And what I did is I just did one iteration over it, order of n time, a single pass solution. Now let's try to code it. So here, first of all, we thought of converting it to string starting with 0. So let's say int count c0, count when the string I'm converting it to 0. Initially it is 0, then I'm iterating. I need index I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Here what is n? S dot length of the string is n. Now I need to check the character ch is equal to s dot character at index I. So this character will be useful to compare the condition. Here now we need to see if this index is even or not. At even I was expecting 0. So if I modulus 2 is equal to 0, I am expecting 0. But if somehow the character is equal to 1, then I need to do something. What is that? Count 0 plus plus. And what is the else part? If at the else position I am expecting 1, but if instead of 1 I am seeing 0, then I am again incrementing count. And at the end we have to return the minimum of count 0. And what is count 1? Count 1 is n minus count 0. Let's see if it is working fine on sample test cases or not. Sample test cases are passed. I'm submitting the problem. It got submitted successfully. And here what I did is I did the optimized version where I'm just doing the single pass. I'm not taking too many overheads. If this is a bit confusing to you, just do the simulation. Whatever is given in the problem statement, just do that. So that what we usually do in the easy string questions. We do whatever is given to us. Okay. Still, if you have any doubt, you can comment down below. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.